My voice is good. I'm losing my voice, so I don't know how well this video is going to turn out. Can you hear that? Hey guys, it's Erica. Welcome back to Beauty and the Geek. Right now we are in what I like to call con season because all the big cons seem to happen between March and August of the year, and then we of course have like smaller cons for the rest of the time. And maybe some big ones, I don't know. Anyways, I just got back from a con, so I apologize for my voice right now. I don't know why, but I always lose my voice when I go to Comic-Con, and I think it's because I don't do a lot of loud talking, and then you're like trying to shout over everyone, and that's probably what happens. For today's video, I figured we could do a what's in my Comic-Con backpack. Lexi and I go to a lot of Comic-Cons. We don't always post videos about it, but we always Snapchat and Instagram, I guess. So I figured we'll go over things on what we carry with us to get the most out of your Comic-Con experience. This is my Comic-Con backpack. You could bring any backpack or whatever. People bring like rolling luggages to carry all their stuff. This is a backpack I bought specifically for Comic-Con. I got this backpack from Hot Topic. I like it because the top half is Marvel and the bottom half I decorated with buttons and things. I have the little screen guy. This is a little keychain pop figure. And then on this side I've got Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen. These are Disney's Vinyl from Disney World. I also got some buttons on here. I've got, let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. I've got Star Wars, Back to the Future, a little Iron Man one. This is another pop button. This is Spider-Gwen. I got this Avengers thing from Disney World. I really like this one. I also got Billy Piper. Oh no, come on Billy. There we go. Billy Piper as Rose Tyler. Jurassic Park. This is Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers, and Hogwarts. I decided to decorate my backpack with these buttons because I wanted to show people what fandoms I am in, and it really works out because then when I walk around the con, people will strike up conversations with me about my fandoms, and they're like, oh, and Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. This Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. one is working as my Peggy Carter button, if you know what I mean. I like to I decorated my backpack with buttons. Sorry, Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming off. Get back on there. I like carrying this backpack around. I get a lot of compliments on it, but I think it also helps strike up conversation with people. They're like, because you can strike up conversation via your cosplay or like your fandom shirt that you're wearing, or with your backpack. The only one I don't have that I want is I want a Hunger Games pin. I have a Mockingjay pin for my Katniss outfit, but it usually stays on there. So I think I'll put it on here as well. But other than that, it's a great way to make friends and it's a good conversation starter. So if you want to decorate your backpack, I suggest you do so. Anyways, let's go what's inside the backpack. We'll start with snacks. So Comic-Con is an all-day long event. Usually it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday usually is in the afternoon from like 3 to 9. And then Saturday will be like 10 to 7 and Sunday will be 10 to 4. But you're there all day. Saturday is usually, how many times will I say usually? Saturday is most times the busiest and also the most star-studded. All the celebrities, if they're coming to for photo ops and meet and greets and stuff, they usually come Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday. A few come Friday as well, but most people do Saturday. That's basically the busiest day. So I like to bring a little water bottle. Mine's empty because as I said, I just came back from con. So there's water fountains everywhere you can refill your water with, and it's a great way to stay hydrated as you walk around. So I bring a water bottle. I also bring some snacks. Right now, these are Zone Perfect Nutrition bars in dark chocolate almond. I also have in here these things called me bars, which are really good. I like to have little granola bars and stuff to eat. That way I won't be hungry, but it's just easier to maintain when you're walking around, you know what I mean? And then you just have the wrapper as trash. But you can also pack lunches. I know sometimes we packed little sandwiches or had little like gummies. Convention centers will, just like any other arenas or whatever, will be like way overpriced for everything. So money saving tip, bring your own snacks and drinks. I also have in here is my wallet because you have to carry a lot of cash on you when you're there. Anything at cons, whether you're buying autographs, artwork, figurines, pops, right? Most, if not all of them, will take cash. Some of them take credit, so if you don't have any cash, make sure you ask about that. But bring lots of cash with you to the Comic-Con. I think bringing cash is also a great money saving tip because then, you know, it's way easier to overspend with credit cards. You're like, oh yeah, just put it on my card. Versus if you have cash, you're like, okay, I only have $100. Let me pick and choose the things I want. This also comes with buying things because, like, if you're like pop hunting or whatever, so artwork I will always like lay down money for while I'm there at the con because they're really good, and then the artist will give you great deals while you're there. But if you're looking for figurines, if they're selling something that you know you can get from Hot Topic or Barnes & Noble for like $8, don't spend the $12 at Comic-Con. Why would you do that? But if it's a rare that you haven't seen anywhere, I say go for it. Just make sure you shop around. Money saving tip number 2. Right, what I also have in here is I have a book. I recently got this book, so it's not always this book that I carry. But when you're sitting in lines forever, especially Saturdays when you're in lines for a photo op and autographs or panels, you want some entertainment if you're not communicating. I usually just communicate with people around me. I'm like, hey, we're both in the Haley Atwell panel. I love Haley Atwell. And then you just talk. But if you don't do that, or if you lose your voice like I do, then books can keep you entertained. Some people bring the Nintendo DS's. You could bring whatever. It's just like some entertainment. I don't know. You don't always have to have it. You can have your phone, whatever you want. I also have in here it's like a little sketchbook, but I use it as a bullet journal, and I say this. You don't have to do this either, but I like to have a schedule and things to do. So before the con, they release the schedule for photo ops, autographs, panels, all the events that are happening at Comic-Con. And I like to schedule my day with everything that I want to do so I know where to go next, and then I'm not like panicking because I forgot that I had a photo op, or you're like, oh no, I don't have any time. And that really comes in handy if you have a lot of photo ops. Our busiest con we've ever done was World Philadelphia, and we were like back to back to back in line for photo ops and having to run to autographs because they first oversold every celebrity that was there, and then there was like no time for anything. That was one very hectic day. Right, at the bottom of my bag here, I'll show you what I have. I have this little case thing. It's for a camera bag, and I got it for my camera. Right now I'm filming this video on my Canon T5i, but I also have this Nikon. This is my vlogging setup that I use at the con. It comes out with a flip out screen here that I can twist around. That was a gross sound I just made. I'm so sorry. I use this at the bottom to carry my stuff. Usually this camera that I'm filming on, my big one, will sit in here while this one's out and about because I use this one for vlogging and then I use that one for taking pictures or cool artsy shots. So I have my camera, which is a must for us. A lot of people like to bring their camera to do just cool con things. You know, you see some cool cosplayers, or there's some cool things. There's usually a TARDIS there. There's some cars from movies or replicas, and there's always an R2 unit from every con that I've been to. So it's cool to take pictures of. I also have in here are my portable chargers. I have this one, which is good for like one charge, and it has just the USB, and you just plug it in to whatever cord you have. This is my phone charging cord. And then I have this one, which is good for a few charges, and I can charge 2 devices at once. I usually only bring this one, the Petronics one, but I got this one for free recently from a booth, so I have this one too. And those are nice because if you're like Snapchatting and Instagramming the whole thing while you're there, or checking out tickets, because sometimes some cons you have your tickets on your phone and you don't have to redeem them at the booth, so they have to scan it there. So you don't want your phone to die if you have your tickets there. So portable chargers. I also have in here is this. This case holds all my SD cards. So because I'm constantly filming and taking pictures all day, sometimes I run out of memory space, and so I like to carry backups just in case. It usually only happens when I go to like Disney World, but just in case. The last thing I have in this case, I usually carry spare batteries for both cameras because my camera will die if I'm using it all day, and I need the spare batteries. That helps it so I can keep filming all day and I don't have to be like, oh no, I'm only like halfway through the day and now I won't have footage for the rest. So I recommend that if you're filming. I also recommend getting these. So if you're going to Comic-Cons for meet and greets, okay, they give you your photo ops, and these, they're like this size. And same with the free photos that you get from the place. That was on Peter, sorry. But photo ops are usually about this size. They will sell you these cases at the con for $5 usually a piece, maybe $3 for some booths if you travel around. However, if you know you're going to a con and that you're going to do a meet and greet or autograph, or sometimes I have some art that I buy that is this size. I buy these from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. But I get these from Amazon. I think a case is like a case of 20 for like 25 or something. It's way cheaper than what you'll get at the con. I also get these bigger ones that I have in here. I order those too for way cheaper than you can buy at the con. So that's another money saving tip. Money saving tip number 3, I think that was. Buy these in advance. Don't buy them at the con. They keep your photos nice so they don't wrinkle, and you can hang them up, and then the tape won't, or whatever they use to hang up, won't damage the photo. Yeah, buy these in advance. 10 out of 10 recommend. I have a whole stack in the corner of my room because I go to cons and meet and greets and stuff, and I put my photo in there. So, yeah. That's all that I carry with me to Comic-Con. I don't have much else. I carry a backpack because I like to buy art as well as everything, because you could pretty much put all that stuff in a smaller backpack and you don't have to carry as much quantity as I do. But I like to buy big pieces of art and I don't want to have to carry it all day, so that's why I carry a backpack to put this in there. And then I have more usability stuff. Sometimes I put a sweater in there because it can get quite cold. Yeah, and if you don't, my sister cosplays way better than I do, so usually when she's in an outfit, I carry everything, and I will either dress up and still have my backpack or not dress up, just being like fandom merch. But that's it for my Comic-Con backpack. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and comment below what you have in your bag, or what's your favorite part about Comic-Con. I'd like to see what everyone likes to do. I'm sorry for my voice, but please hit the subscribe button. We upload weekly. We try to do every Sunday, so hopefully we do that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Erica. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!